a terrific train party. I'm Lori Gelman, and toy trains are such a huge favorite of boys and girls that all kids are going to love this train cake. Moms, you can engineer this yourself with a little direction from our conductor, Leif Hansen, for Betty Crocker Kitchens. Hey, Leif, how are you?
Hi, Lori, how are you?
Good to see you, and I'm excited about doing a train cake. I thought initially, oh, perfect for a boy, but actually my girls love trains.
Yeah, you could do it for anybody.
Terrific, let's go.
Okay, what you're gonna need are 2 cakes baked in a loaf pan. Have you noticed there's little domes on the top of each? I'm gonna slice off the dome, and I'm using a serrated knife. Makes it really easy to cut across. It's sort of like cutting bread. You wouldn't want to cut bread with just a dull knife.
Right. I notice these are a little chilled too.
Yeah, you want to chill your cakes maybe in the freezer for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and that will firm it up, and you'll have fewer crumbs. So one of these is going to be the engine, and the other one's going to be the train cars. So I'm going to make this one into the train cars, and basically all you have to do is cut it in half and then in quarters. So the next step is we're going to cut off 2 sections off the side, just to make it a little narrower.
Oh, because it's the engine car.
It's the engine.
Gotcha.
Want to take that?
Yep.
Now we're going to cut at an angle a little piece off here and a little piece off here. So then we're going to cut a little piece out, a little section. I'm going to carve down halfway. You don't want to go all the way through the cake.
Right.
And then I'm going to take a smaller knife because it's a little easier to control, and I'm going to cut that portion out and just lift it up.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to place it here. And
Gives it a little height.
Exactly. And now we're going to start assembling and crumbing our cake. I have some colored frostings over here. We have blue and green and yellow. And we're going to use that to crumb coat our cake. Now what I would recommend is first put a nice dollop on top and just smooth it out, and some of it will come over the sides, and that'll help you frost the sides. For the top, what I recommend doing is sort of trying to use the full length of your spatula and sort of go back and forth, pushing us, you know, with a pretty firm touch, back and forth, almost like a wave. You can see I angle my spatula just a little bit.
Oh, I see, okay.
And then for a small cake like this, you have an option. You can do the sides first after you have all your icing on, and that gets a lip on the top, and then you can scrape that off, or you can do the top first and then just sort of scrape it off down the side and pull away. Now the hardest part is the corners. So what I recommend is going all the way up and even over the corner a little bit. So again, you get that lip on that corner, and then you can scrape it off.
Oh, I see, okay.
So what we're going to do is after you have everything crumb coated, we'd put it in the fridge. I just want to show you one thing about this. You can actually use the chocolate frosting as a glue. Because if you're going to start icing this, this piece is going to move around.
Right.
So you just want to adhere it. Just use a little bit of dollop of that. Oh, okay.
And then you would crumb coat this as well?
And then you would crumb coat it all. But I have one ready to go.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so let's move this out of the way.
Thanks. Looks good.
This one's ready to frost.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to just start with the blue. I'm frosting the top first. Then I'm going to do the sides. Another trick when you're doing rectangular or square cakes is to put a little extra frosting on the corners, because sometimes they tend to sag over a little bit. So again, I'm just getting it covered. It looks a little messy, but we're going to clean it up after it's completely covered. So now that we have it frosted, I think we'll assemble it on the tray before we put the candies on. And I'm actually going to pipe a train track on first.
Oh, cool.
And I'm just using a pastry cone filled with the chocolate frosting that we were using before.
And you can get a pastry cone where?
Well, this one I made. You can make them out of parchment paper or cellophane. You can also buy disposable pastry bags, or you can buy decorating tubes that already have icing in them.
Oh, great.
What I'm doing is I'm holding in place and squeezing till I have a little dot, then pulling across and ending on another dot, and sort of tail off by swishing your pastry cone quickly. Sometimes if you get breaks, that means that you're not squeezing hard enough and you're moving too fast.
Oh, okay.
So now it's time to put the trains on the tracks. So what I have is a larger offset spatula. You can use a pancake spatula, any kind of spatula you can find that's pretty flat, and push it underneath the cake, and then gently lift up and get your hand under there to guide it.
Oof.
And then we're going to place it right down on the track and slide it out. Now it's time to decorate it with candy. So we have these little gummy rings. So what we can do is we can put 2 on each like that.
Okay, on both
Go
sides?
around.
Okay, I can do that.
And the tops are going to get a little bit of licorice.
Okay.
So now it needs its cargo. Okay?
Right.
So let me turn that around again, and maybe we can put some little chocolate candies in this one, or jelly beans. And I'm actually going to put a little coal in this steam engine. Oh, that looks
More?
great.
Okay.
That looks perfect.
Let me do some jelly beans too.
Okay. And we also have these little gummy rings we can put in another one, keep it nice and colorful. I'm also just going to put some cookies in here. And then we're going to decorate the front of the steam engine. So now it's time to do the smokestack. And you can use little peanut butter cups or whatever candies you like. Just place them right
Cute.
there, and maybe some lights. So I'm going to put the front grill on, and I'm going to use licorice again.
That is one cool looking train.
Thanks for helping.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so great. And with the train theme, it's easy to keep your party on track. You can give the kids their own engineer's cap and whistle, create train ticket invitations, and even make your home into a train station with a ticket window and track numbers over the doors. I'm Lori Gelman.
For more recipe videos, visit lifemadedelicious.ca.